video walkthrough on a used Kodiak. We'll start in the back. This is where you're going to fill your onboard fresh tank. Just rest your hose in there and monitor its progress on the monitoring panel. Don't wait till you hear water squirt out everywhere. That's what you're going to use to fill your onboard fresh tank. Then you need your pump to run off of that. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip. So there's your drain foot right there. See if you can't see it right there. You don't want it sitting full of water, it'll get stagnant. Bumper caps come off. Perfect spot to store your sewer hose. And then all four corners you have these stabilizer jacks. A 3/4 inch socket on a drill works great too. There should be a crank in here with it. If not, this is used. But the cranks are super cheap. Running it with an adapter with a socket and a drill is a lot quicker. Just you want to lubricate it more often. So lubricate all your moving parts like here and here, and there's a threaded rod in the middle that you want to keep lubricated. Got a gray tank back here. I believe this is strictly for the outdoor kitchen. It might be for the indoor. It might be for the galley tank too, but as far as I know, it's just the outdoor kitchen. Moving right along.
I don't think it's here. It's between one of the five.
Right down here, you got another one. This is gonna be your black and gray. And then your handles for it are right over there. One on the far left is your black tank. The one on the right is your gray tank. There's satellite and cable inputs here. So if you're going somewhere that provides cable, you can plug in through cable. If you have a portable satellite, you can hook it up to there. It's your 30 amp show cord. It's your show cord. It does come with a unit, and they're about 25-30 feet long. You just twist this on to lock it, and then you can thread this on if you want. Go. Extra security. You have a light out here. City water. This is where you're gonna hook your hose up for city water and run off of city water pressure, so you won't have to use your pump or anything like that. Not a lot. I think most state parks. Some of them don't have water, so in that case you use your fresh water. But a lot of places do, like where we camp, almost every site has got water. So yeah. Then you have a quick disconnect for a spray port. You may or may not have the hose in it. Let's see. Usually they put them up in here. I don't see it, but there might be one laying around. We do sell those here, I believe. So, or you can order one online. There's that crank handle so you do have one here for these stabilizer jacks. Good information here. That tire pressure, 65 psi, that's what you want to go off of. That's really only the super important one here. You got your VIN if you need to access that. Gross vehicle weight rating, cargo carrying capacity is also another important one. Get your battery. It's a Group 24 RV marine grade battery. In the winter, I recommend taking the battery out. And if it's good, and then during the season, between trips, I recommend disconnecting the negative lead off your battery. Power tongue jack for the light. Raise and lower. You have a spot to put that 3/4 inch crank here too, well as a manual backup in case power fails. Dual 20-pound cylinders. They are filled, so you don't have to worry about getting filled. You have a selector right here, so it's pointed into this tank. It's going to pull from this one first. Usually these are automatic changeovers, so when they are automatic changeovers, if this one were to get empty, a little diaphragm in here will open up, and it'll automatically switch to pulling off of this tank if this one were to be on. However, this doesn't move, this little black bar, because you can move it yourself. It won't move, indicating it has switched, so you have no way of telling. So keep that in the back of your mind. And then some people put them up and down like this, thinking it's going to pull from both tanks equally. It doesn't work that way. Not at all. Got your chains. Cross them when you hook up. Same way gets hooked to the back of your truck or where your tow vehicle is. It'll allow your marker lights and your turn signals and your camera to... not camera, why am I saying camera? Some of them come with back cameras. Your brakes to work. And right here, this gets hooked to your truck as well. This is a breakaway, trailer breakaway. So if it were to come on a hook from your truck for any reason, it's going to pull the pin out of that box, activate the brakes on the trailer, and you'll be good to go. Excuse the noise. We got some noisy employees over here. No, he's just moving the forklift. This is the other side of that storage compartment. You have a light switch right there for LEDs like this on either side of the cap, as well as a light for in here too. Water heater, super simple to use. It's all set up for you guys to do. So the only thing you have to do is hook up water to it. It'll automatically start filling. Once it's full, you'll be able to turn it on and run it. Definitely recommend draining it after every trip, just like your fresh tank. Before you pull this plug out here to drain it, by the way, 15/16 is the socket size for that. Before you pull that out, open up your pressure relief, hold it open. You don't have to hold it open, it'll kind of stay open. Water will squirt out. Once it stops squirting out, you can then snap that closed. Then you can take this plug out. If you neglect to relieve the pressure here, you have no other choice but to relieve it when you take that cap off, and you're gonna go wet. If you've been running it, it's gonna be really hot water too. So just keep that in mind. Yep, and then I recommend cleaning this whole thing back there 4 times a year, changing of every season. Fridge, just keep it clean. Keep up in there clean. Both of them. I even recommend taking these off, cleaning back there every once in a while too. Outdoor power, it's GFCI protected. All your GFCIs are in the same circuit, so if one trips, they're all gonna trip. Then you do have this thing here, unfold these. This flap will now be free. That's for when you run the range hood, the fan on your range hood. It actually has somewhere to vent out to. Make sure you lock them like that when you travel so you don't have to listen to that go. And I always close mine overnight so I don't have like mosquitoes make their way up inside. Furnace, similar to all your other exterior appliances, just keep them clean. Clean them every once in a while. Outdoor kitchen. Two more GFCI outlets, a cable outlet out here. Mini fridge, only gonna work when you're plugged in. Doesn't work off of propane like your fridge inside does. And then you have a sink out here as well. Plenty of cabinet space too. I would call that the beer fridge because that's where I would keep all my drinks, so I don't have to go far to get my drinks. All right, we'll come on into the inside. We'll start in here. You have your monitoring panel. You can read battery voltage, how full fresh tank is. Looks like it needs to get dumped. Black 2. I don't believe this has a second black tank. It does have 2 gray tanks and then gray 1. So black 1 and gray 1. Bathroom sink, gray 2. The other one in the back. Water pump, you can turn your water pump. If you're going to use your fresh tank, you need to use your water pump. Water heater on gas and electric. You can run both if you want to. If you are going to run electric, make sure there is water in it, or else you're going to ruin your heating element. Porch light, ceiling light. That's your main lights. And then all your slide out controls and your on-in control is right there. It's kind of a weird spot for it, but at least it makes the whole inside look clean. You don't have to see that panel. It's kind of tucked away. Radio also acts as a standard definition DVD player. Standard definition, not HD. Here's your remote for your TV. Radio is super simple. These zone buttons, as you can see right there, turn zone 1 off. It turns zone 1 off. Zone 2, turns zone 2 off. Zone 2 is outdoor speaker. Zone 1 is inside speaker. But here presets, push to hold to save a preset. You have play, stop, play, pause, stop, previous track, next track. These are also skip channels, radio channels. Bluetooth button. And then mode button. You can Bluetooth your phone to this. Auxiliary, you have to pull this little plug out of there. Then you have an auxiliary port. Then you have a headphone jack, USB. USB just charges your phone. It doesn't interface with it. Yeah, very simple. And then power button. And then, yeah, very simple. You have a TV here as well. Most likely installed by the previous owner. It is nice having a TV here. It does pull out. It is magneted into the back. All you have to do is grab the TV from both ends. Pull out with some force, but not a whole heck of a lot. And then you'll be able to swivel it and adjust it. And then you have right here is your radio remote. This will work as the remote for the radio, as well as the DVD portion of your radio. Kind of snake around this way. Fridge is super simple. Turn it off. Turn it on. We'll leave it off for now. Its only mode is auto, so when it's on auto. It's going to automatically default to 110. So if you're plugged in, that's what it's going to use. If you were to lose power in any shape or form, someone would unplug your shore core, the campground would get lose power or whatnot. It's going to automatically switch to running off of propane for you. Microwave works like your standard household microwave, only going to work if you're plugged in. light and fan. If you are going to run this fan, make sure that you have that flap open. Cooktop, simple. You just turn them to light, twist your sparker right here. She lights right up. All 3 burners work the same way. Oven works a little differently. You turn this to pilot, push and hold. As you're pushing and holding that in, you're looking down here for that pilot right there. You're going to get a long barbecue lighter or a long match or whatnot. Light up the pilot. Once it's lit, you can then turn it to your desired temperature. If you plan on cooking again in a few hours, you don't have to go through and relight that pilot. If you turn it off, leave it to pilot on. It shuts the burner off, leaves the pilot on. But definitely don't leave the pilot unattended. And definitely don't go to bed with a lit pilot. More outlets here. More kind of storage there. That's your bag of manuals. Thermostat, super simple. Have fan mode, auto, high or low. Auto's gonna. I recommend just using auto. Auto's gonna allow your AC to cycle on and off at its set temperature. So you don't. So it doesn't freeze up. It's gonna keep that from freezing up and whatnot. If you had it running high, it won't ever cycle off, and it'll eventually freeze up because it's hot and humid outside. The condenser will freeze up, and then you have to wait for it to thaw. Tap it again, cool. Tap it again, furnace. Tap it again, off. We'll kind of get this living area down. This turns into a bed. Just lift the table up, pop them legs off. The table will rest here. Take these back cushions to lay it down. This is just strictly a couch, I believe. Yep. Antenna. Crank it up. Go this way to crank up. Then you can twist it to adjust it if you'd like to. Well, that's pretty much it for the living. Oh, 2 more things in the living area. You got a smoke alarm and an carbon monoxide alarm. Those uses your standard 9-volt battery, so if those start chirping, throw a new 9-volt in it. That one over there is a LP detector that's hardwired to the 12-volt system. There's no batteries. You have to worry about changing for that. Lights in here, you just turn on and off at the light fixtures. Oh, that's bright. At the light fixtures themselves. You do have another light over here. Plenty of bunks. This one up there is capacity of 300. This one down here is 300. You can lift this up. You do have storage underneath it. This bed, this is set up as the bed right now. Like I said with the other one, you just take the back cushions, you lay them like this. You can set it up as a table. It works the same way as the other table. If you're going to use it as a table, definitely recommend lifting this up. Unless you have really short people. Lifting them up, locking in there like that. Traveling, this doesn't matter which way you do it. But this is how you want it when you're using it as a table. This bunk right here has 150 pound capacity on it. Just this bunk. The rest are 300. Alright, that's kind of it for the bunkhouse. You have another little lift up vent here. No fan, but just a vent. Make sure these lights get turned off from here. We're done with here. We're done with this area. Let's go over here. Bathroom has a switch right to the right. That's your resettable GFCI. That's the GFCI you're going to hit reset on if any of them would trip. Got your bathroom shower. When you are traveling, you want to make sure that this is latched like it is now so these doors aren't swinging freely. Just undo it, open it up. Got hot and cold. Nice little sunlight. I guess they call it a sunlight. I always figured the factory does that more, so if you're taller, you can actually stand up in there. And yeah, your toilet, as long as you're pushing this pedal, it's going to keep flushing. The nice thing about this toilet is it's porcelain, so it's a nice sturdy toilet. It will feel like you want at home. Bedroom, same dealio. Click them on at the fixtures. More lights above the bed. Outlet on that side. I believe there's an outlet on the other side. Correct. Bedroom door. Unclip it. Not bedroom door, but bathroom door. Slide it for privacy. When you are traveling, I always recommend 100% to snap that closed like that. So it's not bouncing all over the place. And then you do have storage underneath your bed too as well. Alright, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then you do have a spot to mount it. Have a TV provision in here. There'll be a spot on the wall you can mount it. Looks like the mounting sticker fell off. A stud finder usually helps find anything, but this is a bonded wall, so it might throw a stud finder off. Just be careful if you want to mount a TV in here and where you're mounting it. And there's one more thing I want to make sure you guys know about. I just have to find out where the manufacturer decided to put it. I can hear it. Thought I could hear it. I guess not. Oh, it's over here, of course, silly me, in the back bedroom. In the back bedroom. Oh, it's not down there. I'm confused. I am looking for your breaker box so I can show you folks where that is, and in case you guys have any issues, you can replace. Oh, right when you walk in. Right over here. All your breakers for your 120 volt appliances, all your fuses for your 12 volt. Definitely recommend carrying some spare fuses. Alrighty then. Well, that concludes your little quick instructional slash walkthrough tour video of your used Kodiak. Hope you guys enjoy using this trailer. Hope you all found this video informative, and until next time.